My name is Sharon Quinn. I'm also known as the original runway diva, and you are watching Model Behavior. Today, I have a guest, a celebrity hairstylist who I met while I was working on a boot camp a little while back. I loved his energy, I loved his personality, and I loved the fact that he gave it to you straight with no chaser. So without further ado, class is officially in session, and I want to introduce you to celebrity hairstylist Dior Sovoa. He is a celebrity hairstylist and image consultant from Washington, D.C. His credits include Love and Hip Hop New York and Black Ink Crew. Welcome, Dior, to Model Behavior.
Thank you, Miss Fabulous.
Thank you very much. Now, like I said, when I met you at the boot camp, you kept it real. You gave it to them straight. You didn't sugarcoat it. And I think that, you know, they need to be told how the business really flows. So I want you to be that same way. I don't want you, no holds barred, just tell them how it really goes, because they need to know.
Oh no, Dior and sugarcoat don't work together, so we're going to tell it like it is.
So I want to know, how did you get your start? How did you know that hairstyling would be the thing that you wanted to do?
Working with my mother, I knew that being a hairstylist was something that was prominent in my future, in my career, but I stopped for a second to go to college and do my own thing because I was tired of family members using and abusing me for hairstyles. So I decided to go to college and step away from it. Once I graduated college, I worked with a couple of PR companies and everything, and I knew that it just wasn't meant for me. I knew God had something bigger for me, and right after my last job I quit, I just knew to go to hair school and get my degree, and was like, I need to go forward with my hair and actually be the guy that God wants me to be.
Now, what school did you go to?
I went to Aveda.
Oh, and how long does it take for one to complete a course?
It can take up to a year to 2 years or 3 years, depending on how fast of a learner you are and how experienced you are. Being as though I already had experience coming in, it only took me a year.
Okay, do they teach you other things too? Do they teach you makeup, or is it just
They
focusing
teach
on
you
hair?
Everything. When you're a cosmetologist, you actually do hair, makeup, and skin.
So you're a cosmetologist?
Yes, cosmetologist.
But
and I'm actually working on getting my doctor's degree now in cosmetology, yes.
You could get a doctorate in cosmetology?
Yes, a lot of people did not know.
That.
Yes.
What school are you going? So you're in school now?
Yes,
what
I'm
school
going
are you
to Brown
attending?
College online.
I did not know you could get a doctorate.
Yes.
So you learn something new every day. Okay, now tell me, who were your inspirations? Now, I know you said your mom, but who were your inspirations when you started, and who are your inspirations now?
My inspiration when I was younger has always been Oscar James, and to this day, he's still my inspiration.
Oh, I know Oscar.
I love him. He's so amazing. And there's this guy named Dante Blanchard. He's like my mentor, my brother. Like, them two are basically the only two hairstylists I can really look up to and say, amazing work.
Really?
Yes.
That's a very short list.
It really is. I mean, there's a couple of others where you see their work is really good and stuff like that, but those two, they always catch my eye with how inventive they are.
Now, how did you make the transition from Washington, D.C. to New York City? How'd you do that?
That's actually a crazy story. I was working on a movie, and I met this guy named William.
Okay.
My boss was so slow in doing hair. By the time he got finished, 1 or 2 people, I did about 10 of the cast members. And so the guy, William, we did a couple shoots working on Source magazine together, and his best friend was Lyris.
He's talking about Lyris Cross, the
Lyris
plus-size
Cross,
diva.
yes. So she came down one day, she had his shoots, and she was like, do you know how to do a weave? And I was like, yes. She was like, because I've had the most fabulous weaves from some of the top people in the world. And I was like, it ain't better than mine. Trust and believe. Did that weave, and she's been stuck with me ever since, because it's been the best weave and wig she done ever worn in her life.
And you do, now you are her go-to.
I am her go-to hair person.
I want a weave. I think I could do that.
I can do you a weave, a wig. We can get you anything you want.
I'm gonna table that for later, because you know these hot flashes, I can't be rocking the hair no more. Now tell me, you came from D.C. to New York. Did you immediately, did you get an agent? Do you have an agent now?
I have an agent now. When I first came here, I wasn't even working in TV and film. I actually started working at Ted Gibson's salon. The worst experience for me ever. It was not meant for me.
Okay.
Sorry to say, he's not one person I can look up to. I don't think that he's a good stylist, and I don't think that his hair represents his brand. His brand is bigger than what he can put out there. His haircuts is good, but as far as styling, he's not up there with the rest of the people like Oscar James and things like that. His name is, but he's not.
Whoa. All right. Did I say keeping it real? I told you straight, no chaser, right? Now, what agency are you with now?
Her name is IK, so it's the Fashion 360 agency.
Okay.
So she's just my agent. That's who I've been working with. She works with a lot of people like June Ambrose and Chucky, Amos, and things like that. So.
Now, how is it hard to? Now, this is what I need to know. Do you find the agent as a hairstylist, or do they find you? How does that work?
You can send them your information as well, but it's up to them to really decide if they want you. It's always up to you to be that go-getter and send your information out to agencies to see if you can get picked up by them. But 9 times out of 10, if your work is not phenomenal, you're not going to get picked up.
And can you have more than one agent? Can you like freelance between agencies like models do, or?
You can, but they have to be an outside agency as well. Like I can have a New York agency, but I cannot have 2 New York agencies. I would have to have an LA agent, just like how models have it.
Okay, I see. And how long does that process take? Did you get signed immediately after you transitioned to New York?
I got signed immediately. When I first got signed, my first agency was a real agent. Well, was an agency, and it was the Technique Agency with a lady named Sovoa and Yanis. That's how I started working on Love and Hip Hop. She first asked me to do a free gig to see how good my hair was.
Stop. Okay, so. That free thing, because you know I get a lot of there's a lot of conflict about that. So you did your first gig on television. You didn't get paid.
Well, it wasn't on television. It was for a photo shoot.
Okay.
And then it was one of the cast members, Erica Mena, and I was the first person that she actually was attracted to as a hairstylist. The way I did hair, my personality, and everything. She didn't have anything bad to say about me, and usually she had something to say negative about every person that's touched her hair. So that's what pulled me in the door. When Sovoa reached back out, she was like, I just want to commend you for doing a fabulous job. Erica had nothing bad to say. Her hair looks amazing. And I want to call you on set one day to see how you work on TV and film.
So when you got called to set the next time, they paid you?
Yes, they paid me.
Okay, so you recommend, do you recommend, like, when no one knows who you are, to maybe do some stuff for free? Even
when somebody knows who you are, sometimes you have to do those free things. Just know what's for you and what's not for you and who's trying to take advantage of you. I still do free things till this day, and I still continue because it's out the kindness of my heart.
That's a good point you made. Now, how do you tell the difference, though, between what's a good free, like a good barter thing to do, and when someone is trying to take advantage of you? If it's
not benefiting your business, then it's not for you.
So if you don't get pictures or something,
if I'm not getting pictures that I can use, so that means the hair, makeup, the photography is actually right. So you have to know who you're working with. Yes. So if it's not benefiting me, I wouldn't do it. I'm just that type of person. When I first came here, I was just doing anything, working with any photographer, anything, just to get my name out there. Then I realized after 6 months, half those images I couldn't even use, so it was no point.
See, that's the same thing with testing. We had a little debate going online about paying money, a lot of money for a good photographer. You get what you pay for.
Yes,
you pay $50 for pictures, you're going to get $50 worth of pictures, and you probably won't be able to put that stuff in your book. So you should save up your money and get a quality photographer, a quality hairstylist, a quality stylist, period, so that you get pictures that will get your work. And I have a hard time getting that through to a lot of these aspiring models today.
I think the fact that everybody wants it so fast, so they don't take the time to look for what is good quality. I think that's one of the biggest issues within this industry with a lot of models. They just want to take the pictures and think that that's going to work instead of looking for a quality photographer. Because you can still find cheap photographers or maybe even a free photographer, but you have to do the research.
And what does that entail? What do you think to find somebody that's a quality hairstylist or photographer? What do you look for?
You would look for how many people have they worked with. Are their images the same? Are they different? How good is the quality of their images? Have they worked with other people? What do those people have to say about their work ethic? You don't want to work with somebody and they're a diva on set.
Okay. Or they're a
Or they don't know what they're doing.
Or they're a pervert, because models get that a lot.
And a lot of men are perverts.
Yeah.
I actually had to fire one of my assistants because he was straight and he wanted to touch on the models. You got to go.
Boy, well, that's, you know, the same thing goes with, I guess, across the board, fashion, television, you're going to find that sort of thing. Now, talk to me about your experiences in working in TV. You know, we talked earlier off camera, but what kind of lessons have you learned to date from your experiences working in television?
Oh, I've learned so many lessons, and I have to thank Mally. Like, that's my sister, my everything. Like, just in this year knowing her, it has taught me so much in this industry because she's such a boss at her business, and I realized you have to be a boss in this business. I'm not friends with the cast members except one, and that's because we've grown really close, and her name is Sky off of Black Ink. Other than that, cast members I'm not friendly with because at the end of the day, they don't write your checks.
Okay.
If I'm going to be friends with it, it's going to be somebody that's in production that we can work together because the talent doesn't get who we are. And they don't see our vision. The talent are the cast.
Okay, but what do you mean when you say they don't see your vision, they don't get who you are?
They just want to, they follow the trend on what's TV. So somebody has silver hair, so they want silver hair, knowing it's not going to be camera ready and everything. They don't want to listen to your critiques of what you think. They don't think that you're knowledgeable until you have to actually show them, like, yes, I'm here, I'm working on getting my degree in cosmetology, like I'm about to be a doctor, so you have to understand that I know what's best for you. I've also learned that TV hair is way different from regular hair.
Okay, expound on that.
When it looks okay on TV or not so okay, it's ugly in person. When it looks good on TV, that means it looks okay in person. And when it looks phenomenal on TV, that's when it looks great in person.
Now, is that because of the lighting and the camera?
No, not the lighting. It's the hairstylists. A lot of them don't know what they're doing, and a lot of these hairstylists that work in our industry don't even have licenses, and it's unprofessional.
So you could get a job in television and not be licensed?
Some of them you can, because again, you're not working with chemicals and things like that, of that nature. So you're allowed to do weaves and stuff and touch people's hair.
Wow.
The industry has changed so much for us where they even had to make braiders get a license. Back in the day, we didn't have licenses for braiders.
I remember that period.
So now you have to get to know the scalp because people are getting diseases in their scalp and abrasions and things that they have never come across, and braiders don't know what to do with it, especially these unlicensed professionals. They don't know what to do with a person's hair.
Now tell me this, when it comes to hair and like a new or an aspiring model, give me the best piece of advice you could give to a new model coming up in the game as far as her hair goes.
As far as her hair goes, I always say natural is the best. Natural hair is always best, especially for our ethnicity, because your hair is fried, dyed, and blow dried every photo shoot and everything. So you have to add that with a chemical on top of it. I say stay away from relaxers.
Okay, what's the alternative?
Silk, press and curl.
Really?
Yes. I have plenty of clients whose hair is way silkier when their hair is not relaxed. And it lasts longer, it's more body, more bounce, and everything. I'll just say, my best advice I would say to an upcoming model is find that look that's going to make you look like a superstar.
Okay. That's, you know, it's a good quote, but a lot of times they don't know what that look is and they think it's something else.
You go to the beauty spot, try on different wigs, mimic a famous supermodel that you see that you may look like, that you may resemble. Okay. And try the hairstyles that they have went in through the past and see if that works for you.
So wigs, so you're telling me that you don't mind wigs?
No, I don't mind wigs, especially
when I was doing it and I had hair, I wore wigs a lot, mainly because my hair was thinning and I was starting to have a lot of problems after years of doing just what you said I shouldn't do.
And that's why I recommend wigs, because your hair that wig is not your real hair. It's not getting blow dried every day. It's not getting curled every day. You're not feeling the tension on it. So I do recommend wigs.
And wigs they're better made now than they were
They are way
20
better.
years ago when I was doing it.
And they photograph way better sometimes.
Because the problems that I would have on set is that it was great. They loved it when I came on set. Hair was fabulous until they found out that it was a wig, and then I got all sorts of, well, it looks very wiggy. Really? Come on, you didn't even know it was a wig until I told you.
But that was back in the time. We've done so many things to upgrade wigs now that you really cannot tell, especially when it's edited. So I don't think wigs is a problem now. I think that was an issue back in the day, but they see so many people, weaves is the trend right now. So I don't think that they're going to get rid of wigs and weaves and things like that.
Okay, I can go with that. But what's your thoughts on this trend with the blue hair and the green hair? And I know that's editorial stuff, but some of these chicks are doing this with their everyday comp cards.
If you're cute, you can do it. If you are not cute, please stop trying to do the colors that's going to make you stand out. It's nothing but make you look like Shrek and things like that. I've seen people do so many colors and things. Let me take a breather. It's ridiculous. First of all, it's a fad, and it's a phase. Like, if you want to do this color, that's what they have hair chalk for.
Hair chalk?
Yes, hair chalk.
What
where
is
you
that?
can color your hair for a little while, temporarily for a couple of days, and rinse it out.
Hair chalk. Okay, I never heard. I've never heard of that.
A lot of people use it, especially in the industry. When we're doing photo shoots, we use hair color and things like that to instantly change the hair color. You can do that as well, instead of you putting chemicals on your hair, because you're changing. 1 week you're green, the next week you're blue, the next week you're orange, and you have to remember how many chemicals is that on your hair. And again, a lot of these unprofessional stylists, they go to YouTube. YouTube has been the death of stylists and makeup artists for a long time, because they think that they can pull up and see what's on YouTube and think that they can mimic it and get it correct. I see a lot of these kids throwing bleach on their hair when they don't even need bleach on their hair to get the correct color. It really is.
I like that, what you just said, that YouTube is the death of stylists and makeup artists, and models too.
Yes, it does. It takes away from our profession, because the things that we know, the secrets that we know, that we went to school and learned, they're giving them out on YouTube just so they can get a quick name in the industry.
You just mentioned school again. I just brought up a question in my mind. So you recommend being licensed, a licensed professional, if you're going to put your hands on somebody's scalp?
Of course. You should know. You should know, because somebody might have a cut in their scalp and you're about to put color on their scalp. That's an automatic lawsuit for you if something happens to them. Okay,
so in cosmetology school, they teach you how to examine the scalp and all of that?
You have to go through, you have to even take a test every week on everything that you learned of every chapter to know directly where you should go in this industry. Because the chapter doesn't just cover hair. It covers hair, nails, and skin. So we had to do manicures, facials, everything.
Wow. So so you can't just specialize in hair without learning all. But you got to learn all of that other stuff.
You need to learn all of it before you're a full cosmetologist.
And especially before you can go on to get a doctorate.
If you're a full cosmetologist, a lot of people, they don't want to go to school. They don't want to learn, or they go to school and they don't get their license.
And can practice anyway? Well,
no,
you can do it, but you.
Yeah, you'll get a fine if you get caught.
Okay. Now we were talking earlier again, and you came up with a term that I asked you if you had your own, if you worked out of a shop. And what did you tell me?
I work in an on-the-go salon.
What is an on-the-go salon?
An on-the-go salon is when we come to the clients' houses and provide services for them, so they don't have to leave their house. They can sit there, watch their kids, watch TV, do whatever they want to, and they get the same services they will receive at a salon.
Is that well, that's like a...
It's really popular. It's basically what we do with the celebrities anyway.
Yeah, okay.
But it's just regular people that want the same services.
And that works out well for you?
It really does. It works out well for me because I'm always in production, working in TV and film, so those little days that I'm off, I can decide that I want to work and go do a couple of clients, and it equals out for me.
And do you work out of a shop as well?
I do. I also work at a place called Luxe Beauty Lounge, which is a hair and makeup bar.
And where's that? A hair and makeup bar?
Yes.
Oh, I'm really
You come there and get drinks, yes.
Ooh, where was this?
It's on Marcy. It's between Marcy and Troop in Brooklyn.
Okay.
But it's called Luxe Beauty Lounge BK.
And you can, it's like a full service salon. You can
Full
get
service
everything done
salon.
and get cocktails too?
Yes, and get cocktails. And I actually have a cocktail named after me. So it's called the Dior Call Your Cab. So you'll look fabulous, but once my drink is done, you'll have to catch a cab home.
Okay. Now, what's it like working with Lyris?
Lyris is amazing. She's one of the people that's been in this game for a long time and still can say that she is still here and a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
To me, I call her my supermodel. Even though people don't give her the credit that she deserves, I feel like she's been in this industry over a decade, so she should be considered a supermodel, even though she's plus size.
I don't really like that term. Supermodel. First of all, everybody wants to call themselves that, and
there's a difference. To me, a supermodel is somebody who's been through all the hardships and still has risen. So you actually made it. So you are super. So you're just a super person, and you just add a model to that.
Okay. Okay.
Now, these girls that's been in this industry 2 and 3 years, and they think just because they get a little name for themselves, you're not a supermodel.
Yes, preach.
You haven't been through the trials and tribulations to get there to be a supermodel. Naomi Campbell can say she's a supermodel because she's been through trials and tribulations.
And she's paved the way for those that are coming
Tyra Banks
her.
can say she's a supermodel because she's paved the way and things like that. That's what I look at supermodels as. Somebody who's been through the trials and tribulations and still has risen to the top and won't stop. Not because you have a name, you've been on a reality show and you think that you can model and things like that. No. Can you actually model?
You have been on a reality show and you think you can model.
Yeah, because that's what happens to a lot of these girls, and I see it. It's not prominent. You're not going to be a real model. How many real models have came out of TV? I've only known one that's in our age bracket. Well, in my generation, that's Kendall Jenner. She's the only one that's actually becoming a supermodel, and that's because she's distanced herself from the from the Kardashian family.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember the last person that came off of. No, there's Takara and people who have made, don't make that face, Dior.
Yeah.
All right, we got a few minutes left, so I want you to tell me about a really, what's like the worst experience you've had as a hairstylist? As a hairstylist
in TV and film, or a hairstylist period?
TV and film, let's go with that.
Okay, because I have 2 instances. My worst experience in TV and film was working a 27-hour day and not getting food when we were supposed to, and basically treated like we weren't deserving of who we are, and they know that they need us to make these talents look like how they're supposed to look. Without us, they wouldn't be who they are. 27 hours? 27 hours.
Is that show still in existence? I'm not going to ask you to say which one it is, but...
it was a movie.
27 hours? Okay, that's a little ridiculous. Okay, let's flip this. Tell me about like your best experience that you've had to date.
My best experience?
Like a really great day on set.
Well, anytime I work on Black Ink, it's really a great day. But I would have to say, working with Sky, she's one of the new cast members. She was there last season. She's there this season. It's something about her personality and spirit that just draws me to. We have such a good connection that we're just easy breezy. When she comes on set, we can do is laugh all day and just joke, and the energy is so good. Don't get me wrong, the other cast members, their energy is good as well, but with her, it's like a special bond. Okay. Like with her, I can see me helping her grow her brand as far as I can help her grow. With the other cast members, you'll get my help, but not as much as I would give Sky.
Okay, we got about 3 minutes left. I want you to tell me what's next for you. What are you? What's on the horizon?
Next for me,
Talk about it.
My hairline coming out soon. I have my wig line coming out as well.
Oh, you got a wig line?
Yes. Well, I already have started in the works of making, like, I already make my wigs handmade and everything. Like, Lyris rocks a lot of my wigs that I make. A lot of people think those are weaves that's in her hair, but those are actually wigs on her head.
Really?
Yes. But I have a distributor that I'm actually working with to decide he's going to make my wigs how I make them, because he loves the way that I make them, and we're going to call them the Sovoa wigs.
Oh, when can we expect to see that?
I don't want to give a definite date, but by the end of 2015, I would say they will be off and on the shelves of somebody's store.
Okay, well, how can the people find you?
They can find me on IG, Dior Sovoa. You can also, if you have any questions about hair, makeup, you can email me at diorsovoa@yahoo.com, and you can also find me on Facebook or Twitter. I'm not good with Facebook, but Twitter.
Yeah, because he hasn't accepted my friend request yet.
Twitter I am okay with, but mainly IG and email. I definitely reach out and I talk to any and everybody. You can hit me up on email as much as you want.
Okay. Well, we're just about out of time, and I want to thank you, Dior Sovoa, write that down, y'all, for coming and talking with me on model behavior.
And thank y'all for, y'all don't know, this lady is like amazing. So I just want to thank her for letting me be a part of this show, because like she's one of the people that's paved the way for a lot of people as well that y'all might not know. Okay, so let's be honest and let's be real. She's being humble right now, but she's one of the top people. Okay.
All right. Thank you for watching. Before I go, I want to leave you with a couple of things. Remember to always surround yourself with positive people and positive things. And remember that you can't change the game until you first learn the rules of the game. So thank you for watching. My name is Sharon Quinn, and class is officially dismissed. Bye, y'all. Do so. Nobody.